that these esteemed colleagues bring to every facet of their professional lives. By way of introduction, then, I'd like to add just a few personal reflections about Romualdo and Sarah from their friends and colleagues. Romualdo de Souza's research centers on the properties of nuclear matter under extreme conditions of density, shape, and excitation. But there's more. His special focus of attention is on the multi-fragment decay of excited, rarefied, and deformed nuclear matter. To a sociologist, this sounds downright kinky. The extraordinary quality of this research was recognized by the American Chemical Society with the 2008 Glenn T. Seaborg Award in Nuclear Chemistry, the highest honor in the field. In his nomination letter, former chair of the Department of Chemistry, Jim Riley, writes that Romualdo brings insight, ambition, and energy to his science, and he was the first to address the problem of nuclear expansion, providing the first convincing evidence for radial expansion. Romualdo's achievements in pedagogy are equally impressive. He developed CALM, computer-assisted learning method, so named, I imagine, because it had a calming effect on college and high school students who face the trials of studying chemistry. Jonathan Plucker, whose Center for Evaluation and Education Policy at IU helped make CALM available to students beyond Bloomington, describes it as a great example of the clever use of technology to aid education. No one else in the country but Professor Souza has been able to combine deep subject matter expertise and the technological skills to create such a system, one that does not charge teachers or students for its use. Romualdo typically involves 2 to 3 undergraduates each year in his cutting-edge research laboratory. Please join me in congratulating our 2010 Provost Professor, Romualdo de Souza.
Dear Provost Hanson, Vice Provost Karen, colleagues, friends, and family, I'm truly honored to be selected as Provost Professor at IU. It is especially gratifying that this title recognizes accomplishments in both of the twin missions of the university, namely research and teaching. All too often, it seems, we laud excellence in one category while ignoring the other. Encouragement of both is essential for a university of the first rank. As a young child, I dreamed of growing up and being an astronaut. Who wouldn't? It was the late 60s, and after all, man was taking his first steps on the moon. Reality turned out to be better. This unique enterprise that we call the university allows me to do 2 things that I am passionate about: discover new things and teach. As St. Thomas Aquinas said several centuries ago, the things that we love tell us what we are. As a scientist, I strive daily to unlock the secrets of nature. And as many of you know firsthand, nature doesn't yield her secrets easily. It's all the more important, therefore, that while we keep our eyes fixed firmly on our goal, that we enjoy the journey itself. And what, I ask you, is a journey without fellow travelers? I am truly blessed to have so many fellow travelers, both personal and professional, to keep me grounded and focused on what truly matters. This brings me to the most important part of these remarks, namely thanking so many people. At the very top of my list of people to thank is my wonderful wife, Kelly. Unquestionably, it's difficult being married to someone who every day at the dinner table says, "Well, I just didn't get much done today." And I seem to say this a lot, despite being at work, whether in Bloomington or further afield, most of the time. It takes a special person to wait patiently for the statement, well, I think I actually did do a little today. Something that only happens every couple of months. Those of you that know Kelly know that her good humor and her calm disposition is a perfect counterweight to my own personality. Some students think that pi is the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter. But Kelly knows that actually, pi is the factor to multiply my estimate of when I will arrive home. My daughter Zaria is a true blessing, and I'm very proud of her. As I constantly remind her though, life is not just about the talent you have, but it's about the application of that talent. It's always good to know that when I fail to teach my undergraduate or graduate students something, and I often do, I always have a captive audience of one at home to try again. Somehow I feel this time might be coming to an end because those teenage years are almost on us. All of you who are parents know it's great to rediscover the world through young, less cynical eyes. Zaria is a daily reminder to me that work, though grounded in the present, is really about building for future generations. This brings me to my research group, or extended family as I prefer to think of them. With the long hours at work, especially on experiments, seems to go on, it really helps to enjoy working with one another. And I've been fortunate over the years to have so many excellent undergrads, graduate students, and postdocs working in my group. The present crew of Mike, Zach, and Kyle are no exception. I enjoy working with them tremendously. It's always a pleasure to open an unexpected email or Christmas card and hear from former students how they're doing, and to know that you played some small part in shaping their lives. I'm especially thankful to my colleague, Dr. Sylvie Houdin, who is an excellent scientist, extraordinary, and she makes my group function and function well. Anyone, I think, who can tolerate working with me closely for almost a decade is somebody special and deserves some special recognition. Part of the attraction of being a faculty member at IU is without question my colleagues on the faculty, both in chemistry and at the cyclotron. Talented individuals strive hard in their process of discovery and dedicated to the pursuit of excellence. They are a constant source of inspiration to me. Simply put, their love of discovery and their dedication to the task at hand is infectious. It's an honor to count myself among their number. From the senior faculty, who provided positive role models both in research and in teaching, you know who you are. Many of you are here. To our young faculty, all of you are very much appreciated. Several, of course, have retired and moved on, or moved to other institutions, but all left an indelible mark on an impressionable young faculty member. I'm especially grateful for all our faculty creating a departmental environment that stresses and prizes excellence. I'm thankful for those faculty who would be with us today and join the celebration, as well as those who couldn't make it. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the superb staff that we have in the chemistry department. We truly are blessed. And, you know, it's not all about faculty, sorry to say, or happy to say. Without question, the staff, especially our mechanical instrument and electronic shops, are among the best that I have seen at any university or national laboratory. They are a gem. It's always a pleasure to work with them. And as they realize the creative ideas of the faculty, they display true Hoosier ingenuity. Without them, the research I do simply would not be possible. Lastly, I'd like to thank all of my friends not affiliated with the university. While it's great having many friends within the university, it's equally good to have contact with real people. Every once in a while, just every once in a while, it's good to have a perspective from outside the ivory tower. Well, I'm sure that I've forgotten more than one person, and for that To conclude, let me leave you with one last thought, that no doubt this reflects my Jesuit high school education. Teach us to give and not to count the cost. Thanks to all of you for coming.